بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah.
Chapter 24,
Yes.
verse 8, Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem for 3 months. His mother's name was Nahusta, the daughter of so on.
Yeah.
Yes, Jehoiachin, how old was he?
18.
Excellent. So here in 2 Chronicles 36:9, Jehoiachin was 8 years old when he became king, reigned 3 months, but he was 8 here and he was 18 there.
Yeah, right. There's 10 years difference.
Yes, yeah, good job. So this is the...
Well, the math is easy.
Yeah, you know, you're better than a lot of people because you show it to them. No, I'm serious. Sometimes you show it to people.
But that's maybe a translation thing or whatever.
Excellent. So let me show you a couple more.
I will challenge you.
Sure.
With, though.
Excellent.
You're challenging that there are mistakes in the Bible and that
Yes.
and so forth.
Yes.
That's an easy statement to make.
Okay.
And it's verifiable. It's
Excellent.
correct, actually.
Okay. I'm glad we agree.
So we agree. You're quite right.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
what I want to suggest to you
Yes.
that the original
Yes.
writings
Yes.
would not have
I agree with you.
any
Mistakes.
well,
Contradictions.
errors or contradictions or whatever.
I agree with you 100%.
The problem is we don't have any of those original autographs.
You are preaching to the choir. I am totally in agreement with you.
Yeah, we just don't have them.
I agree.
Unlike what you're saying about the Quran,
Yes.
you have those original writings
scriptures.
in the 6th and 7th century.
Mhm.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Sure.
In regard to the writings of the Bible.
Yes.
The Old Testament is kind of a different thing because
Okay.
it was over 1,500 years or so, I guess, that it was, and the scribes were very particular about writing it. So, but in the New Testament, a lot of people suggest that there's mistakes or errors.
Sure.
in that.
So let's look at the New Testament then.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me one like what
Sure.
you want to say. That would be fine.
So when you look at the genealogy of Jesus, right? Jesus Christ, right? The son of David,
Yes.
the son of Abraham, okay? So
Yes.
Abraham got Isaac, Isaac got Jacob, Jacob begot Judah, Judah's his brother,
yeah.
so on and on,
Very
okay?
boring.
Very boring, exactly. But if you look at the same
But
genealogy,
it also has importance. So
right?
I'm just being
Sure.
facetious.
Okay, so here Jesus himself began a ministry about 30 years being of age, the son of Joseph, the son of Mahat, the son of Levi. If you go down the genealogy here,
Yes.
and I can give you these so you can look at them, and
Yes.
you will
We're
find
going from Matthew.
Matthew
Okay.
to Luke,
To Luke.
right?
Okay.
You find-
You know there's a difference here between these two writers.
Excellent. What's the difference?
This is the lineage of Mary.
I thought it was Jesus, Joseph, right? Here it says
No,
Joseph.
no.
So if you look at it here, Mary is not
They're-
anywhere in
they're
here.
two different. Luke was talking about the lineage of, I believe it is. Began his ministry and so forth. Was the son of Joseph and so forth, and it's trying to show the line that Joseph was. I believe. I don't know exactly.
Sure.
But this is a different one altogether.
But this
They're
also,
two different lineages.
but this also goes through Joseph to Jesus, right?
I don't
We
know.
got a
I haven't
Joseph.
studied it lately.
Okay. So there
I
is.
know that they're two different people.
Okay.
That he's talking about, not the same person.
Not the same Jesus.
No, it's not.
So
the
Jesus to Joseph.
Jesus is who they line. It
Right.
shows how he came through that line,
Okay.
but it's the
So lineage.
it's not of Jesus.
Okay.
Although it's showing the people before Jesus, like his mother, for example, right?
So Mary is not in this. This is Joseph, both of them. Please go ahead. Yes.
Well, I'll look that up.
Okay.
But
Let me
that's my
show you some other.
understanding. That's my understanding. But here's what I'd like to hear from you more on contradictions of that.
Sure.
Are there theological contradictions?
Yes, I believe there are. So let me
You
explain.
believe that, but
Yes.
are there?
So let me show you.
Yeah,
so
I know,
so
I know.
for
I'm listening to you.
all right,
Don't
for
worry.
example, people say Jesus is the Son of God because of John 3:16, right? God so loved the earth, He sent His only
Yeah, well,
begotten
that's-
Son.
Yeah, that's in there. Yeah.
Okay. So when you look in Exodus, then you shall say to Pharaoh, "Thus says the Lord, Israel is my son, my firstborn." Okay. This is about Israel.
But this is talking about a whole different thing.
How's that?
Well, this is Old Testament.
Right,
1500 years
but how many
before.
sons does God have?
In John 3:16 it says the only begotten Son. So
Does
he only
it?
has one.
Does it say that? Let me take a look. Okay.
He only has one.
Okay. Let me just take a look at John.
3:16. See, that's a whole different context.
So what's the
What you
context,
can't do
right?
in Scripture is you can't take one verse out of context.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing then is you're
Okay.
eisegeting. In other words, you're making it up the way it suits you.
No, I'm not.
But if
sure.
the real thing to do
Mhm.
is to exegete. And
Okay.
you'd want me to do that with the Quran.
Yes, I would.
If I read a verse there, I would like to read the verses before it.
So
the
do
verses
I.
After it.
Yes,
That
I-
gives me context.
I do the same thing. But
But
the
two
question,
verses you were just giving me, they're in totally different context.
how is that? If one is called the Son of God, and in the other is called the Son of God, how is the context different?
Well, you could study it and find
I
out.
did. I
I'm
did.
Sure you'll find out.
Look at my Bible. You think I haven't studied it, right?
No.
The
Let's
issue
go back
is
to that one in
okay.
because this is not saying the same. This is not talking about the Son of God.
Let's
This
read
is
it
just,
together. Let's read it.
Then you shall say to Pharaoh,
Thus
"Thus says
says
the Lord."
Israel
is
is
my
my
son,
son,
my
firstborn.
firstborn.
That is talking about the Son of God. I mean, unless I'm not understanding the English there properly.
Well, Israel,
Okay.
Jesus hadn't been born back here.
Agreed.
In Exodus, right?
So that means God had an earlier son before Jesus?
No, it doesn't mean that.
So what does that mean?
obviously. But even here,
Okay.
it's giving the name Israel.
Right. Israel's a person that the nation of Israel is
Well,
named after, right? Okay, let
Yeah,
me
I
give you
guess so.
another.
I guess so.
Let me give you another verse. If you,
But
if,
what
let me give you this,
You
okay?
can't put
He
those
shall.
two verses together.
Well, why not?
In that sense. Well, because
Uh-huh.
the names of God, there's 100 of them.
Millions, maybe. Okay.
No, there's not millions. There's
How do you know?
100 or so.
Okay.
That's about pretty accurate, actually.
Where are those 100 names from?
They're all throughout the Bible.
Okay, I did
Sometimes
not
he's
find that.
called,
100 names?
The Counselor, the Prince of Peace. Remember in Isaiah? Did you
Prince
know
of
that?
Peace is for Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not God. Talking about the
No,
Father, right?
That's right. And
Okay.
that was a sort of a prophetic thing.
Right.
Isaiah was prophesied, and he said, "His name shall be called Counselor,
Okay.
Prince of Peace, the Mighty God." All
So,
those things.
the-
This is referring to Jesus.
Okay, Psalms,
Messiah,
the Psalms of David.
Yeah.
They were to David, right? So it says, I will declare thy decree. The Lord has said to me, you are my son. Today I have begotten you.
Exactly.
So there's
What's the problem?
David is also the son of God here, begotten son.
Okay.
you doing?
No, this is also a prophetic.
So that's interesting that every verse that shows anybody else being the son of God, you said is prophetic, but when it shows
This
Jesus,
is a prophetic.
how did you make that distinction between the two verses? John
Not
3:16.
between the two. I'm just making it on this one only.
So why can't we say the same thing about John 3:16?
Because it's a whole different context.
How?
It's not prophetic
Why
anymore
not?
there. Because by that time Jesus was born already.
So,
And
so,
he was
so let me
walking on the
explain.
face
Let me
of
explain
earth.
something, okay?
It-
So what
okay,
you're
go-
doing.
Go to John
w-
3:16.
Sure, I was just there. John 3:16.
Which is, for God
So loveth the world. Yes.
Who's speaking there?
I mean, you're asking my opinion, or
No, just tell me who's speaking there.
I mean,
We
I
don't need
believe
opinion.
I believe John is, but and I
Exactly.
don't know who John is. He's not an
Exactly.
apostle for sure.
John was one of the apostles.
No, if you
obviously.
look up Google it when you go home, the authorship of John, Matthew, Luke is not the actual apostles. They're about 70 years after the time of Jesus. Look it up.
No, John was written
Yeah, it's about 70
probably
years.
around
How you
90,
doing?
90
Feel free. It's all free.
90 AD.
Okay, so
So they
90
were
years
still-
after.
These people, The reason
It's a really
they're
good
called
beginner book.
Gospels is because these were people who actually were at the time of Christ.
Okay, so let me ask you something.
Matthew
Okay,
was one of
so
the 12 disciples that was called.
so let me just ask you something then.
Just
Okay.
stay with me.
Go ahead.
You know, otherwise we get sidetracked.
No, I'd like to listen.
So Matthew was one of the disciples, correct? John was one of the
So-
disciples.
You're asking me or you're telling me?
No, I'm asking if you agree with that.
I do not. I believe there was a Matthew that was a disciple, but he's not the author of
Well,
this
that's
gospel.
putting a whole new spin on it that I can see.
When you go
If you
home,
want.
so let's do this. When
I
you go
don't
home,
have to go home. I've already
okay,
know this.
I can show you now if you like to do some research on this. Let's go to Wikipedia and look at authorship here. How's that?
Okay, that's fine. I'll
Would you like
look
to?
at it.
Okay. So John, right?
But it is in
book.
contrast to what I'm suggesting.
Okay. So let's
And
look
that
at.
is that the gospel writers were people who lived with Jesus at the time he was
Okay.
on the face of the earth.
Okay.
Somewhere between Jesus' age of 30 and 33.
Okay. So Wikipedia, Gospel of John.
Oh, Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Well, anybody can write anything
So,
in Wikipedia. You know that. I thought you were going to give me Google.
Google. I googled it.
Yeah, Google came up with Wikipedia.
Right, so-
Well, anybody can say anything in the Wikipedia.
So where would we go back to find out the authorship?
To the book itself.
But the book doesn't mention, I mean, that's just a name given, right? But here, if you look at it, you will find references that the authorship identifies as an unnamed disciple, right? The source of tradition. The authorship is anonymous. The work is
Okay, who
anonymous.
wrote that?
Look, right here.
Who wrote that?
Good.
Who was the author of
Sure.
this particular
Burkett.
article?
This is the actual book, right? Written by the author Burkett in 2002.
Well, that's exactly the whole point.
So-
anybody can write books and write newspaper articles.
Okay.
Are they all true?
No. So let's go back to the Bible.
No,
So-
answer my question.
I just told
we
you.
gotta stay with the.
All right. So I'm saying that there's a printed book here that does show that the authorship is anonymous. Can you bring me some research? Right? Can you bring me some?
archaeological.
Please, where can I find that?
And lots of. Well, I'm not able to. bring it
So
right
that's what I'm saying.
But
When you make a claim, like I make a claim, I at least gave you a reference, right? Can you show
Yeah,
me
but
a
the
reference?
reference is bogus.
Okay, so do you have any references?
That is by an author that is willing to say.
It's anonymous. Just said it right there,
Well,
right?
he's anonymous?
Yeah. So
That's
let's.
even worse.
So let's go here, okay?
Doesn't he put his name
Now,
to it?
and look at this. Chapter 20 in John.
Yeah,
Now, on the first day of the week,
Yes.
Mary Magdalene went to the tomb early,
Yes.
while it was still dark,
Yes.
and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb.
Yes. And
Okay.
what does that tell you?
Okay, let me ask you. Okay. In Luke, now on the first day of the week, very early in the morning, they and a certain other woman of them came to the tomb bringing spices which they had prepared,
Yes.
but they found the stone rolled away from the earth. And then they went in and did not find the body of the Lord Jesus.
Right.
And it happened as they were greatly perplexed about this, and behold, two men stood by the shining garments. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, in Matthew, now the Sabbath as the first day of the week.
Yes.
First day here, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, of the week began
It's Sunday.
to dawn. Mary Magdalene
Yeah.
and the other Mary came to see the tomb, and behold, there was a great earthquake, as for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it. All three have different narrations. One mentioned that it was already rolled away.
They all say.
Okay, so
They
let's.
all make reference to the same situation.
No, but differently. There's an angel mentioned
Of
here
course, they're different writers.
who rolled. They're
They're
different
giving you
writers.
more information, but there's
Okay,
no
excellent. So
contradiction.
let's look at this. One mentions that it had begun to dawn, where it's no longer dark. And the other mentions that it was still dark. Okay? One mentions that an angel of the Lord came from heaven and rolled back the stone in front of Mary Magdalene. The other mentioned that it had already been rolled away. Those are differences. Those are contradictions. Those cannot both be true. Either the stone wasn't rolled when she got
Okay,
there.
yeah.
Okay? So, now, go ahead.
No, I agree.
Good. We came to agreement again.
Yeah, Mary, and behold, there was a great earthquake. And so this is what happened. An
Okay.
angel came. There
So the
was an
stone was
earthquake.
still there when Mary got there then.
After Sabbath, as the first day of the week began to dawn, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to see the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
The first verse only says that they came to see the tomb.
Keep going.
Right?
Keep going.
And
And
behold, there was a great earthquake.
Right?
For an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it.
Now,
Where is
Go ahead.
Mary on that?
this is her, or you tell me. This
Well,
is
they're
her account,
coming
right?
To the tomb or the.
Okay, so stone is still there because then the angel comes after that, right? Here, on the first day of the week, early in the morning,
It doesn't say
what
that.
does it say?
It doesn't say
There was a
that.
great earthquake, for an angel of the Lord
first
descended
verse
from
says
heaven
that they
and
came
came
to
and
the
rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it.
But can't you see that in the first verse it's saying merely that they were coming to the tomb?
So
That's all the information
You were
we
just
have.
telling me to look at context and look at the verse before and
I'm
after,
giving
right?
you the context.
So the context is she came with another
right.
woman and an
That's what it
angel
says.
came. That's what it says. An earthquake happened and an angel came and the angel rolled back the rock and sat on it.
And that's telling us information
Right.
about it.
But when
Which
you look
doesn't
at
contradict
when it does, because here it says early in the morning
Yes.
to a certain other woman with them came to the tomb bringing spices, but they found the stone rolled away already. This is different from the first
you
account.
can say the same thing out of here.
No, it says an angel came and rolled the stone.
Exactly, but the ladies, the women were on their way to the tomb.
Okay,
It doesn't say
right. And when they got there, they felt the earthquake. They saw the angel.
No, it doesn't say that.
Well, what does it say? It says, and behold, when they got there, behold, there was a great
You're
earthquake.
reading into things here.
No,
which
I'm
is
just
called
reading.
eisegesis,
No,
as you
no.
probably
I'm
know.
honestly just reading. That's all I'm doing. Is trying to read
But
the
you're
verse.
telling me more
Please, feel free.
information than what it is.
No, I'm reading exactly what the text says.
I am too.
No, you're not. You
I
are
am.
saying that this doesn't
I said the
equate.
first verse is information about the fact that the women came to the
Right?
tomb.
And
The
in
second
context,
verse-
and behold. So meaning
and
this is
the second-
continuation.
Just
And-
follow me. You're
and
talking
connects-
at the same time I am. That's
No,
the problem.
but I'm just trying to understand before you go on to a fruitless discussion where it has an and, that means it's a continuation of the first verse, right?
No, it doesn't. It's just giving you, and here's more information.
Okay, so
That's all it's
so
saying.
who's reporting this?
In this case, Matthew is writing this.
Was Matthew there?
What do you think? The
I'm
answer to
asking
that
you the
question is?
question.
No, you know the answer to that
I
question.
believe you. If you
And I
ask,
do too.
okay, if you ask
No,
me,
he wasn't there.
he
There's
was not
only
there. So
women there, but
so who's
later
telling you
on-
this
listen,
information?
Later
Yeah?
on, they told this to Matthew.
The women did.
Well, obviously.
Okay,
they're
so
the ones we're talking
if the
about.
women-
Subject matter is the women.
Excellent. The women are the ones speaking here. Matthew wrote it down.
No, they're not speaking.
Okay,
in
they're the one that brought this information.
They're-
So they
yeah.
saw the angel then, because this is here. Angel's the one that rolled back the
I don't
stone.
know that they saw the angel
So how did the women know that angel came and moved the rock?
because obviously, as more information came out.
Where did they
about
get
this-
that information from? I'm asking a
interrupting
question.
me, sir.
That's a question,
You
sir.
just
Okay, I'm
listen
listening.
to-
Go ahead.
You know, that's.
I'm listening.
I'm going to do the same. I'm going
I'm
to listen
listening.
to you, and
Excellent.
I have done that. The thing is, this is a write-up of what happened in the case of the women who went to the tomb. They
Okay.
came there. They made a discovery.
Okay.
They didn't say anywhere. It doesn't say anywhere in Scripture that I know of that the women saw the angel roll the stone away. It doesn't say that anywhere. You find
Okay.
it for me.
Okay. Let me ask you then. I listened to you, right? Anything else you want to say?
Probably.
I'll listen
I'll
to you.
wait till you.
I'll wait for you to
We
finish.
have a discussion. There's a discussion.
Excellent. So here, this information of the angel coming and the earthquake, where did this information, if they didn't see it, where did they get it from? This, when I read this, just reading, now, after the Sabbath, as the first day of the week began to dawn, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary came to see the tomb. And behold, so you see, it's connected. You have to look at first is they came.
information is
Can I finish now?
connected.
You see, you're
But
interrupting me now. You're interrupting me now.
You can't.
Then
Well, I
not-
just want to correct something.
See, now, when I correct you, then it's interruption. But if you correct me, it's not interruption.
No. Don't get so technical on me.
Okay, can I finish what I'm saying then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So here,
Because I think it's the same thing you said.
okay,
before.
so it's not, because I'm trying to show you coloration. Now, after Sabbath, they came to the tomb, and behold connects it. that this happened after the first. There was a great earthquake. For an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it. So if you are correct, this is the eyewitness accounts of Mary and the other woman that is being told to Matthew, then this and this here, where it says when they came to bring, they found the stone already rolled away, is a clear contradiction.
I rest my case.
That there's a clear contradiction?
No, that's exactly what I have been saying.
That there's a
is
clear
that-
I just said there's a clear contradiction. Is that exactly what you're saying?
No,
Okay.
no, it's not.
Okay.
It's an affirmation of what I was saying in the first place. The events go like this.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening.
In the context. This
Okay.
is context
So?
amongst several different writers.
Okay.
Several women came to the tomb.
Okay.
What did they want to do, by the way?
No. Tell me the events first. They wanted to go see the Lord Jesus, see if he had risen, right?
No.
Okay. What do they want to do?
False.
What do they want to do?
They came for one purpose only, and that is to put spices on the body and just preserve it more. That was customary. to
Okay.
do.
Okay. So they wanted
They
to
had
see
no
Jesus'
thought
body,
of
right?
seeing an alive Jesus. They had
Got it.
no expectation of
Okay.
that. And that's why later
So was the
on,
stone there or not when they got there?
the stone was there, but it was rolled away.
But this says
It was rolled
that
away.
when did the angel come and roll it away and
That's
sit
what
on
it
it?
says in Matthew. Yes.
Right. But this says that when they came, they found the stone rolled away from the tomb.
Found it.
Exactly.
They didn't say they. That doesn't say they.
So that
they
contradicts
saw them roll it
Matthew,
away.
right? In Matthew,
No,
they
no,
see
no.
the angel
I
come.
can't understand why you can't see that.
I can't
You're
understand why
making it
you
up
can't
to
read.
be a contradiction when
Okay,
it's
let
so
me
clear.
let me again show you. In Matthew,
See, that's the
it says,
problem.
"And behold, the women are telling Matthew,
Yeah.
there was a great earthquake,
Yep.
and for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and then rolled away the stone." But here it's saying the stone was already rolled away.
That's right. Exactly as it was in this case.
No, here it says the angel came and rolled it away after they got there. It was not already rolled away. It's right there.
See what I'm saying?
Yes. You need
right
new.
now in front of me. You
Okay.
did that exactly. Here's how you did it.
Okay.
You said, "See, the ladies came to the tomb, and
And behold, there was a great earthquake
and
when they're
the
at the
angel
tomb.
rolled away the stone in front of them."
It's right. No, it says,
You
and an
eisegesis.
angel, for an angel of the Lord descended
Yeah,
from
yeah,
heaven
yeah.
and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it. It's right there,
I know, but you said in your own words
right?
that the women saw this.
Because they're reporting it. How would they be reporting if they didn't see it? I'm asking
You
the question.
amaze me.
I appreciate that I amaze you.
English, it's English.
Yeah,
on
yeah. Okay, so
black
let me
and
let me
white.
let me ask you something. If I tell you that I got to Balboa Park and I got to Balboa Park, this brother, he walked away, went to his car. Does that not mean that that happened after I got to Balboa Park? That when I got there, he was still there?
He's still here, not there.
Yes, he would be here. But if I said I got to Balboa Park
Right.
and he walked away to his car, that means when I got here, he was here, then he walked away. So when they said they came, right, and a great earthquake happened, and an angel came down and rolled back the stone, that means that they're reporting this after the first verse, after getting there. In the other verses, they're saying they got there. If I said I got to Balboa Park and Omar wasn't there, that's a contradiction. Those are two different scenarios. Either the stone was there and they saw the angel and they reported that, or it was already gone. I think that's pretty clear. I appreciate your time.
No, you are eisegeting. And
no,
you know what that
I'm
is?
not-
Do you know what the word means?
No, I don't, and
This
neither
is
do
what
I
it
care.
means. Let me explain
Okay.
it to you.
Okay.
It is taking a text. I could do the same with this.
Please do, go ahead.
I'm not doing it. because
Please,
I'm
I'd like to
saying
see
I
how we would
could.
do it. Okay,
I mean, it's possible to do this.
so what am I doing?
You are reading it, and then you're reading into it.
No,
What?
I'm just reading
Say
it.
no until I'm finished.
But don't tell me what I'm doing when I'm not doing it, right? I'm
well,
telling
the problem
you,
for me is that you are eisegeting, and I'm
Okay.
trying to explain what
Okay.
eisegesis means.
I understand the concept.
Eisegesis means that you have
Okay.
a text, shall we
Okay,
say?
yes.
And you're going to read into that text what you wanted to say, because you got your own bias on it, and you just proved it to me because you said, "Oh, here was the women that came to the tomb." Then you looked at verse number 2,
Yes.
which is simply more information.
It's not.
What do you mean it's not?
Let me explain. Let me explain it. Let me explain it a third time now. Okay. Let me explain it
Verse
again.
number 2.
Let me explain it again. Okay.
It's more information.
Sure.
And
Let
then
me
you
explain
read
it again
into
now.
As if the angels saw them roll the stone away. Which
The
it
angels
doesn't
saw
say.
them?
No, I'm sorry.
Mary.
The women
Okay.
saw
So the women are the ones reporting this, right?
Well, not
You,
really.
earlier you said
really,
that. Earlier you
the one
said the
who's
women are the ones
all
reporting
this-
it to Matthew, and Matthew
No,
wrote it
No, I
down.
didn't say that. That would be eisegeting too. What I would say is that Matthew is the one who's reporting it. That's the truth.
Whose account was he there at the grave?
No.
Did Matthew
You
see
don't
the
have
angels?
to be at a crime site to report
Okay, so
it.
who reports it? The witness, right?
Yeah. there were
Who's the
many-
witness here?
Many things that
In this
happened.
verse, who's the witness? I'm sorry,
Of
I'm
what?
waiting.
The stones rolled away?
Who's the witness reporting to Matthew in these verses?
Well, the women are the ones who were reporting what they saw.
Excellent. So now,
There
wait,
was-
I'm sorry. Can you just give me 1 second now?
No,
1
no,
second.
No, I want to finish my
Okay.
point.
Okay.
There were many other things that happened.
Okay.
Peter ran to the tomb once the women told him.
But that's
he
not in
had
this
more-
verse.
No, I know it's not. I'm not
So-
saying that.
so now you
But
said it.
there's
Can I-
more information that he contributed.
Excellent. But that's
John
not here, right? Here
then
in these verses,
later
not
on-
Peter speaking. This is not Peter speaking in these verses. This is the
I didn't say
information.
it was.
Okay, so what I'm saying is you said the eyewitness here who's reporting are the women. So if the women are reporting the angel coming down,
They're
that
reporting
means
their
they saw it.
Their particular part of the.
Excellent. Thank you. Perfect. So they witnessed the angel then. That's what they're reporting.
No, they didn't. Not
You just
according
said
to-
that.
No, I did not.
You just said that they're the ones reporting it, right?
You know
this
what?
is
We've gone over it 5 times
Yeah,
now,
you-
and you don't get it.
okay. Thank you very much for your time then.
Well, you're a nice guy.
Thanks.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you out.
You're not. To be honest with
Because
you,
it
you're just
doesn't
because
conform with your bias.
no, it's not.
You
It's not.
wanna tell
Listen,
people-
listen. You saw right there that Mary was the witness. She's the one reporting it, and
She
they
was
give.
a witness to the fact that the stone was
Right.
rolled already away.
And
Already- already.
behold, the great earthquake. Who's the witness there?
It's just information. That
Who's
Matthew
giving that
had.
information? From where?
Matthew had that information.
From where?
Well, probably everybody knew there was an earthquake.
Everybody knew it.
At that time. in
Everybody
that
saw
city.
the angel come down and move the
No.
rock and
Yeah,
sit on it.
Whatever statement I make, you read into it. Isn't
I'm
that
not reading
interesting?
into it.
Well, then don't
You're not
say it.
making correct statements. You are taking a verse clearly from the Mary and the woman that was with her and trying to take them out of the picture because you know.
I'm not stupid.
You know.
I know English well.
Excellent.
I've studied English since I was
So have
in
I.
grade school.
So have I, from grade
And
school
so
on.
I don't
right?
make mistakes on English.
You don't make mistakes ever on English?
I didn't say that. There
just
again,
said that.
you're jumping to a whole other thing.
So you
Of
could make a
course
mistake.
I've made mistakes.
How you doing?
I've made
Please.
mistakes in my life, all kinds of things. Right?
Yes.
Who hasn't?
Thank you very much.
So don't ask that kind of a question.
Good day
It's
to you,
absurd.
sir. Have a Quran, read it. If you can find something to discuss, I'm more than willing to do it.
Yeah.
How you do- Sure. I mean, you can take any one of these. I mean, this is kind of a pretty basic one. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get like a little, sure.
See, here's the problem I'm having.
Okay.
Is that because I talk to lots of other people who have their religion as well.
Sure.
Which is different than yours.
Thank you. If you have any questions, all right, have a good one. Thank you.
I've talked to Mormons recently, for example. Okay.
Excellent. It's all free if you guys want some too.
And they come up with different ideas than you have,
Okay.
than Christians have,
Okay.
than Buddhists would have.
Okay.
I mean, you know, that's where all the contradictions
There it
are.
is. Thank you.
Is it in English?
Want to get it? Yes.
Okay.
Get it too.
Can I get
You
it
want
more?
Sure, you can.
I'd like one too.
Is there more? Is there a Quran? I'll get you one more. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
These are really good beginning books too. If you want it, they're all free. So I mean, if you want to take one, kind of get a little intro, it's good. All right. But take the whole thing. I mean, we're please about women's rights. I mean, if you want to get, you know, all right. If you want to get it online, just go to Quran.com. There's a website too. All right. Have a good one. If you have any questions, feel free to come back. Thank you. Have a good day.
So just be careful of the statements you make.
Thank you.
Because you've got to stand behind them or else.
And I do.
And there's such a thing as making false statements.
That is true.
I could make them, you could make them, anybody can make them.
I try never to make false statements. I back what I say with actual text.
The desire.
Thank you.
It doesn't mean that you don't.
I said I try never to
I
make
know.
false statements. Yeah.
Just to correct the record, that's all.
So let me correct the record then. The record is that the verse is clearly a report from Mary, and it has a connecting. If you knew English, you know that when you have an and that comes after a sentence, it connects the earlier to the next, right? So, okay, then you need to go back to grammar school and we can do some educating there, right? So if there's a different witness, then that name has to be brought forward, right? If I say that this guy came and he told me that there's a party going on and he told me that there's a car coming, that means he gave me those two pieces of information. You cannot say, oh, I don't know who said about the car. No, because I mentioned him as a witness, and when I put and, right, so here it's the exact same way. Let me read it again, because apparently, right, but there's an and to connect them. Now, after the Sabbath, as the first day of the week began to dawn, Mary Magdalene and the other women came to the tomb, and behold, there was a great, let me ask you, okay, she's a non-biased observer, so don't say anything, I won't say anything. Let me ask you, okay? Yeah. Here it says, don't say anything, I'm not saying, we're just reading the verse, okay?
Now remember.
I'm sure she speaks English fine,
Yeah,
right?
I speak English.
Okay. Now after the Sabbath, as the first day of the week began to dawn, Mary Magdalene and the other women came to see the tomb. And behold, there was a great earthquake, as an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it. Who's giving this information?
No, after the first day. Is it the prophet?
Right. So who's the one giving it? So when they came, who's the one that came? Is Mary Magdalene, right? And the other woman.
Yes.
So they are giving this information, and behold, there was an earthquake, right?
Yes.
And an angel came, right?
Yeah.
Mary is giving that information, right?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
No,
Now, I just asked her.
You just
No, I
read
didn't.
into it.
I did not. I just asked her who's giving the information. Now here, now on the first day of the week and early in the morning, they came to the with other women with them to the tomb to bring spices which they had prepared, but they found the stone rolled away from the tomb. So in the first verse, in the first verse, earthquake happened, angel came, rolled the stone and sat on it. In the second, when they came, it was already gone.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Same way in the first, in Matthew, it's the same thing.
She just knows that was not the same, right? Because in one of them the angel came, the other one there was no angel, was already rolled back when they came. Right?
Yes, there was a difference.
There was a difference.
It was different.
There was a difference.
She's right.
She's right.
Wasn't it?
Let her go, let her go, let her go, bro, let her
No,
go.
it's just very simple.
Like, wasn't it? I mean, I just heard it, but I never read.
Shall not be punished, for he is his property. Do you believe in that?
I knew you'd come up with that. That's why
Why
I was
not?
already. I knew you were coming up with things like that.
Oh, I didn't
Because
think about it.
I don't
You
hold
read
to
minds?
all those old laws.
So those-
because I'm now in what we call the age of grace,
So
which is what Jesus Christ brought.
How you
us.
doing? Feel free.
You know what I'm saying there?
So you
We
do
are now in
believe
the age of
that
grace.
God at one time ordained that you can beat your slave to death if he stays alive for 2 days, you're not punished. You do believe there was a
That could
time.
have been very likely a Jewish tradition which turned into law.
The
and all
same
that. I don't
God,
know.
the same God that you believe in the Bible you believe in, sent down this commandment, right?
Oh, he had prophets. He had people
Kill babies.
killed and all that. And,
Yeah.
I
You
think
believe in
you
that
have
God?
A problem.
I do.
It's not that I believe in it.
You don't believe in it?
I believe that God did that.
So God ordered the killing of infants.
Yes, he did in one case, especially. It's in the Old Testament.
So you believe in that?
When you say, do I believe in it?
Yes,
do I believe we should do that today? Is
No,
that
no.
what
Do
you're
you
asking?
believe that's a just God that orders the killing of infants and nursing children?
Yes, yes.
You believe that's a just God?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I don't. I don't believe
So
God
who's
calls.
right, you or me?
I believe the Quran
Who's right?
shows. Oh, I'm telling you. Can I finish? You asked the question.
Answer that question.
I
and
am.
We'll move on.
I'm telling you. I believe that I'm right because the Quran
The final version with no contradictions, no typos, no errors tells us you cannot kill innocent children.
Well, I should think that that's still the law today.
But
Anywhere.
I don't believe God ever called for
Particularly
killing
in this country.
infants. I don't believe God ever called for killing infants as you find in the Old Testament. I don't believe
Well,
God, because that's not a just
it's a
God.
record. It's the record.
No, it's not a record. It's corrupted.
What do you guys believe? We're atheists.
That's
Cool.
easy for you to say,
So-
Okay.
but it doesn't mean that it's true.
Thank you.
The person doesn't believe in God is science, Islam.
Thank you.